What's up, everyone? Welcome to the very first episode of Parlay of the Week with your host, Joe Cup. It is NFL Week 11, 2019. Now, before we jump into this vid, guys, let me just give you a quick little background about myself, kind of the idea of this channel. So for the past 6 weeks, I've been absolutely red hot with these bets. I'm betting 1,000 with the spread, everything. I've been perfect. I'm just like, heck, no one's going to believe me that I'm going perfect. So I might as well post these vids to the interweb before every Sunday, lock in these picks, hopefully gain some credibility, and hopefully make you guys a fuckload of money also. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rank each bet. Red, yellow, green. Red meaning it's a freebie. Drive 50 minutes to your casino right now. Lock those bets in. I'm feeling 100% to 95% about those. Yellow, I would put those on the parlay. I feel very good about those. Maybe 1 or 2 question marks in those. And then green is one of those, fuck, that spread's going to kill me. I don't know. It's too hard, you know. I wouldn't put the green bets on the parlay, on your parlay, but I'm still going to make every single pick, kind of show you guys my thought process, as I am a self-proclaimed betting genius when it comes to NFL. I'm going off basically logic, reasoning, statistics. At the end of the day, I'm going with my gut feeling. Because guys, honestly, everyone thinks they're a sports betting genius. If that was the case, everyone would be winning all the time. But we all know Vegas are time travelers. They make these spreads as hard as they possibly can on us. And that's why, at the end of the day, it's going to take a little gut feeling, a little luck. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. We'll start with our noon, 12 o'clock games. We'll start off with New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Now, I feel very good about this one. I'm taking New Orleans minus 5.5 favorites. Guys, it's a 7-2 football team versus a 3-6 football team. New Orleans is coming off a tough loss against Atlanta last week. The Bucs are actually on a 2-game losing streak. But here's a big one in this one, guys. Cornerback Carlton Davis is out for the Bucs, leaving 2 rookies to cover probably the best receiver in football right now, Michael Thomas. And if you guys don't remember, last time these 2 teams faced off earlier in the year, Michael Thomas racked up 182 yards for 2 touchdowns. Fuck, I feel really good about this one. I put that in the red category. New Orleans minus 5.5 favorites. All right, next we're going to move on to Falcons at Carolina. All right, so I feel also very, very good about this one. I'm taking the Falcons plus 4 underdogs. I just got one of those weird Matt Ryan feelings, guys. I think he's going to show us vintage Matt Ryan, the MVP form we're used to. He's very familiar with the Panthers defense and what they're doing schematically. McCaffrey's a little banged up, but that's nothing too serious. As we all know, he's the new Superman in Carolina. He's been banged up for the last couple of weeks, and he's still been producing out of his ass. This guy is unreal. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't see the Panthers winning by more than 4 points. I think they're going to keep it close. If anything, I think the Falcons are going to win this game. So, yeah, I feel very good about this bet. It's a red bet. Falcons plus 4. All right, now we're going to move on to Detroit. We got Dallas at Detroit. We all know Stafford is out. Just yesterday, the spread was minus 4.5 in favor of Dallas. It just moved up to minus 6.5 in favor of Dallas. Stafford is not playing. Jeff Driscoll is going to be playing. I think Dallas is going to have something to play for coming off that loss in Minnesota. They're healthy. I just see them winning by more than a touchdown, at least. So I see that as a red hot pick. I'm taking Dallas minus 6.5 favorites. All right, and that's a red hot pick. That is a red pick. I'll take that to the bank every time. All right, now we're moving on. We're going to Indianapolis. We got the Jaguars visiting the Colts. Big Dick Nick is back. Guys, I'm taking the Jaguars plus 3. Guys, it's a 4-5 football team versus a 5-4 football team. The Colts are a little cold right now. Brissett's a little banged up, MCL sprain. Nothing too serious. One thing I want to look out for in this game, however, is I think that Jaguars defense is going to step up. They haven't been playing their best football this year. In fact, they've been giving up an average of 32 points on the season. I know they're a better defense than that. I think they're going to show it this week. I think the Jaguars at least keep it within 3. If not, I also think they win it. Nick Foles returning to the lineup. All right, now we're going to move on to Broncos at Minnesota. Now the spread here, this one's a little high. This one's a little too high. I'm taking the Broncos plus 10, guys. Brandon Allen starting in place of Joe Flacco, who's out with that neck injury still. I believe he's on IR. Broncos are, other than that, they're healthy though. Just missing Flacco pretty much. I just straight up don't think they'll lose by over 10. And I think a big key in this one is Fangio is familiar with that Vikings team, as he is a longtime division foe with them in Chicago just last year. So I think Fangio is going to kind of have them figured out offensively. I think they're going to keep it within 10. All right, now we're going to move on to Jets at Washington. By the way, that one was a yellow bet. I put that on the parlay, in fact. All right, next we're going to go to the Jets at Washington. I'm taking Jets plus 2.5. Guys, it's a 2-7 football team versus a 1-8 football team. Barring Darnold doesn't see ghosts out there in the secondary, I think they're going to take care of business. I think they're actually going to win this game. The spread doesn't mean much to me in this one. I see it as a red-hot pick. Yeah, I'm taking Jets. I'm just taking Jets. That's a red-hot pick. All right, next we're going to move on. Buffalo in Miami. I'm taking Buffalo as minus 6.5 favorites. It's a 2-7 football team versus a 6-3 football team. Granted, Miami's on a 2-game winning streak right now. A little Fitzmagic action. But guys, I think Buffalo is just a way better football team. I think they win by over a touchdown. I'll put that one in yellow. I'm leaning towards red. That one's a good bet. So yeah, we'll take Buffalo in that one. All right, next. This one's going to get a lot of criticism. It's a tough one. Believe me, I'll put this one in the green one right away. Do not recommend putting this on your parlay, but here's my thoughts. I got the Texans plus 4.5 versus the Ravens. We got a 6-3 football team facing off versus the hottest team in the AFC right now, 7-2 Baltimore Ravens. It's Lamar Jackson versus Deshaun Watson, two of the best young talents in the league right now. But guys, I'm never gonna doubt my man Deshaun Watson. I mean, I've never doubted him in college. I wanted the Bears to take him number 2 overall. Didn't do that. We took Trubisky, obviously. I don't doubt Deshaun Watson. I love Lamar Jackson. I think he's in MVP form. I just think his luck's going to run out for a week. I just have one of those feelings again. That bad man Deshaun Watson's going to come in. I'm expecting a close game either way. I think it's going to be a shootout. So that makes the spread just a little bit too high. So even if the Ravens do win, I don't think they're going to win by over 5 points. So we'll take the Texans plus 4.5. But again, that's a green bet. Don't put your fucking life savings on it. All right, next. We're going to move on to Cardinals at 49ers. Guys, I'm taking Cardinals plus 10.5. I took this bet earlier in the year, actually, and won. It was actually the same spread. I just said, I don't think the Cardinals are going to lose at home, by more than 10. They, in fact, kept it under 10. I was happy about that. However, the Cardinals do have they have 3 double-digit losses on the year. They've been blown out a couple times. So if there's one team that's capable of doing that, it's the 8-1 49ers. So that one's also going to be green. All right, moving on. This is probably the hardest bet I've had to do this week. Definitely the hardest bet. This one's been keeping me up at night. We got the Patriots visiting Philadelphia, right? It's the first time meeting since Super Bowl 53. I'm taking the Pats -4 favorites. I just think Tom Brady is a deadly guy, especially in revenge games. I feel good about Tom Brady coming in off a loss last week to the Ravens. Tough loss, in fact. You know how Belichick is. He'll game plan his ass off. Eagles are coming off a bye, which could be a good thing for them. That's why it's tough. But this -4 spread, if it's a close game, you know, I just don't see the Pats losing. I don't see the Pats losing, but that spread at -4 is tricky. So obviously a green bet, but I'm taking the Pats in that one. All right, we'll move on now to Raiders at Bengals. Got 5-4 Raiders versus 0-9 Bengals. Guys, this spread is awfully high, but I'm still going to roll with the Raiders, -11. The Raiders have actually yet to blow out a team by over 10 this year. I think they could do that against Ryan Finley and the Bengals, as my man Andy Dalton has been benched. But like I said, that spread's a little high, but hopefully Gruden goes fullback mode on them. Putting that one in a yellowish green. I think the Raiders are going to get their first blowout win of the year, and it's going to send the Cincinnati Bengals to 0-10 on the year. All right. Now we'll go to our Sunday night primetime game in Los Angeles. My Chicago Bears against the LA Rams. I'm taking the Bears +6.5, guys. I know the Bears offense has been struggling, but God, our defense is still rock solid. I don't think the Rams can win by over a touchdown. If anything, it's a close game. And if anything, I got the Bears winning this one, as I seen signs of life from Mitch just last week. Jared Goff and Gurley have been nowhere to be found. It's going to be a close game, if anything. I'm actually putting this in the red category. I feel very, very good about this one. Bears +6.5. And then we'll go to our Monday night game. We got the Chiefs versus Chargers at the StubHub Center in LA. Guys, I don't know if you consider that a home field advantage for the Chargers. Expect to see more red in that crowd than Chargers fans, which basically gives me a red pick as Chiefs 3.5 favorites. I think Pat Mahomes is going to return to MVP form. Now, granted, I know Bosa and Ingram have been absolutely deadly this year. Those guys are balling out of control. It's going to be tough, but I expect to see the Chiefs O-line take care of business, protect Pat Mahomes. He's kind of just going to fire it to the 3 fastest guys in the world on his offense. They're absolutely ridiculous. I actually see them kind of winning by maybe more than a touchdown. Now, obviously, it's Friday today. I forgot to post this shit. Usually, I'm gonna post this shit before Thursday so I could get my Thursday night pick in. I did, in fact, pick the Browns -3 favorites yesterday. People on my Snapchat can attest to that. So, yeah, we actually have that bet right. So tune in back next week, guys. We're going to check back how we did this week, and hopefully you guys lock in these picks, make some money. I'm feeling very good about them. Like I said, been batting 1,000 on the year. So best of luck to you guys, and we'll see you next week on Parlay of the Week.